Today we are at Katie's community garden for an event. They are getting some planting done. They are getting some instruction and teaching done on how to grow. We're going to go outside here and just kind of see what's going on. The clips that you're about to see are from an event that was held on April 24th. At that event, I did have an opportunity for the very first time to speak to the community on a more broad scale and to be able to teach and share a little bit of what I learned about going from a gardener to a homesteader. Every now and then I may pop in with a few words to explain what's going on, because when I originally recorded this, I was kind of recording it for my own records, and then I realized that you may benefit from some of the things you see and hear, or you may just appreciate community involvement and seeing how gardening really is a community effort. Please enjoy.
Oh, that's a diggler.
Yeah, this is a dibbler.
A dibbler, okay.
You want to use that?
Yeah, we got to get one of those.
Here's another plant.
Where did you get the plants from?
Oh, we ordered these. These are yellow and green and red bell peppers.
Okay.
So it was hard for us to get them through
Sorry.
nursery, so Michael ordered these.
Okay.
But we have other plants that we buy from Bunny's. Okay.
You got any more? That's
Okay,
it?
you got two more?
Right.
Let's see.
How about in here?
Yeah, that'll be fine. And you can plant one right here.
Okay.
Okay. That one is a little weak, but I think he'll make it. Okay. All right. So you planted yellow, green, and red bell peppers. The next test we're going to do, we're going to plant okra. Ooh. Houston Boys Club, and that's their area over there. So I planted 55 strawberries, so when the kids come, they'll have something to taste, and they're going to finish planting in those planters. They do that every summer. We're going to plant popcorn. Let's go down here. It is yellow corn, but it's popcorn. And when it starts to grow from 75 days to 100, you have to let the corn on the stalk get real hard, and then that's when you pull it off, and you have to let it dry some more, and you can take it in the house and make popcorn. Okay, we're gonna put popcorn in block form. Okay, there on the corn, the silk falls down on the other corn, and this is what pollinates the corn.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, things are just so wonderful, God's earth. So I'm gonna do this. I'm planting it in block form. Mr. Phil, you want to say anything?
Nope. I'm learning from the master.
Listen.
Ooh.
That's all right. That's good stuff. Okay. And the reason why I'm doing this, I'm doing it like in a block form because I'm going to plant. You're going to drop a seed there, seed here, here. We're gonna plant about 6 seeds in this block right here. All right, and I'm skipping, and I'm going to come over here and do the same thing, okay? All right. Come on, y'all come on. I know y'all waiting on me, right? That's okay. Okay, you drop 1 corn in every, okay, and I'm gonna make the holes. Would you like to do it?
Go ahead. Go do a few.
All right, and cover it up, okay? All right. Okay, you don't have to pat it, okay? You don't have to pat it down. Okay, let me do this. Okay, we're not gonna put it there. This is where, that's okay, sweetie. This is where I'm dividing because I'm trying to grow it in block form, okay?
So you want me to
Okay,
put
I'm gonna
square
come.
foot.
Yeah, okay, hold on.
Okay.
Like this, okay?
She gonna.
That stick is saving your back too.
Oh yeah, I got my dribble over
yes.
there.
Yeah,
You
I
know
love
I'll use any kind of stick.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah.
The handle of a I'm sorry. The handle of a rake. You got all kinds of things you can use. That's the dribbler. Okay, let's go here. All right, anybody else have corn in there?
I got corn in my hand.
Okay, because we want to fill up this whole bed. I will plant in the bed, and then I will come in here and plant my okra. And it grew, and we was in a national magazine. You know, it was really nice. Okra grew, but we just don't have the room to do it now. So what?
The question,
not
to,
that-
question to you, is it best to get the bed all set up like this or whatever and then plant?
Yes.
So it's best to fertilize and put everything down and then stick the plant in there?
Right, and what you're trying to do is get your bed ready. When you say fertilize, we don't use fertilize. We
Okay,
use
well you can,
compost.
I need to write down what to
Okay,
use.
you know I will. We use compost, and we get our compost from D&J Nursery, but we're in the stage of making our own compost. You can make your compost at home.
That's
All
another
you
thing I
need
need to
is a
write down.
bag of soil. All you need is a bag of soil, and all the leftovers you have, like
Miss Belvia has been a part of Aunt Katie's community garden for quite a while, and it's moments like this where she's just naturally rattling off how to do and what to do. That exchange of information, of wisdom from an experienced gardener to a new one, is what community is really all about.
What? Like they did the same. I was like, man. And then one Sunday I just came down here.
Yeah.
And I seen them. Yeah. This is what I love to do, man. And I think this plastic is the cheat code for successful propagation. Because you know, you try to your windowsill and stuff, it may.
Yeah.
It's
It
kind of
dries
iffy.
out.
Yeah, it dry out.
Yeah.
Yeah. This plastic, it does a thing, man. So I had like a 95% success rate in here. I picked up some old seeds and just put them in there and they work. Yeah, we put a little heater in here. Yeah.
And the fan blow the heat.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
See,
it.
we need a little. I need a little plastic around.
Man, everybody need one.
Can
Yeah.
somebody come put a little plastic around?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And here we have Orrin. He is the deputy director of Aunt Katie's Garden. He's been with them for about 4 or 5 years. And as you listen to him talk, you can see that he has a real love for growing things, for being sustainable, and for teaching other people how to do the same thing.
Blueberry,
Right here, Ty.
and then we'll be
Hey, little buddy. Hey, little buddy. He's just chilling right now. All right.
so like you wouldn't propagate beets or carrots or
Is that what y'all call that? Propagating?
yeah.
How cool is that?
And then like mustard greens, You really don't want to do a tray because they grow so quick and they're so little.
$20, $30 for these, just depending on which. If you got a really exclusive store, you can pay a lot for these.
And here we have our founder of the Aunt Katie's Community Garden, Mr. Michael Jackson. And no, I am not joking. That is his name. He is going to give us a nice lesson on how to grow blueberries. And I personally found this very, very informative, as I have struggled with blueberries forever.
But first thing, you're getting ready to plant it, right? It's got blueberries on it. Now, when you would think you're ahead. You put it in the ground, I'm gonna have blueberries. That's not a good idea, because plants are very simple. Now, if you plant this thinking you'll get blueberries, the plant is gonna put all of its energy to making blueberries instead of growing roots and getting settled. So when you get a new blueberry bush, you take all the blueberries off.
It hurt, didn't it? Yeah. It hurts. It hurts just a little bit.
Okay? I mean, like you said, God is amazing. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? So if you don't take them blueberries off, it's gonna put all of its energy. Whenever a plant is going to seed, vegetation, leaves, roots don't really matter, because it's just focusing on that. So you want to focus the plant on staying alive.
So what if you take the berries and instead of storing it in there, you hold it out and let them ripen on their own?
I don't think you will get a good berry.
So they wouldn't
Up here?
ripen on
Right
their
here?
own?
I don't think so. Not like tomatoes.
So you're not gonna put any fertilizer anything in the hole?
Oh yeah. Okay.
That way I can hear everything you say.
Okay. That's all my stuff. Since I'm down here on my knees,
At least
just anywhere right here is good. So, and I'll like 4 times a year, you put fertilizer. It's an exclusive blueberry fertilizer. As you can tell, it's kind of blue, ain't it? Okay. So 4 times a year, you basically just do that. And then 2 times a year, you do 1 cup of sulfur. Give or take. And this also helps to drive the pH down. This is the compost? Okay, that's good. That'll work. Now we're gonna put some compost in there. Now compost is got organic matter in it, and it does like any other vegetable will do. And we're gonna put a little bit of that to a certain level, and then we're gonna take that pine bark and put it on top. Now, we're gonna bring this level up after you leave to the ledge of this, and as it decomposes, it's gonna go down. And as it decomposes, we're gonna put more of that pine bark to keep the pH being driven down.
Why do you want the pH down?
Because that's what the blueberry needs to make berries. I mean, the ones that are old, these are 8 years or older, they should be a bush. They should be a bush, and they should be chest high right now. But because I didn't have the labor and the time to do that 4 times a year sulfur, put the pine bark in it, and do the fertilizing, I mean, it made berries. I mean, if I wanted to just live with a low production like that, that's okay. But without doing what we're doing right now, from this point, that's all you have to do yearly with a blueberry bush. It'll take it from there. The only thing I do is worry about the birds.
So how long it gonna take now? 1 cup. For the berry, I mean, how long normally it takes after you
A
plant?
year? I mean, so now you're looking to have berries next year. So ladies and gentlemen, what we're gonna do is we're gonna transition to the back porch, and I'm gonna introduce you to Mia. And Mia is one of the beekeepers that I'm working with. We just do it like that. And you know, I think you're pretty protected. Matter of fact, I got it on backwards. Shame on me, going the wrong way. But at any rate, you get the idea. I'm so sorry.
I want to be a part of the touching going on, but
No, the bees are enclosed.
Okay.
oh my big old afro.
Yeah, if it's hard to stretch you, there you go, girl. Go learn
They're
something.
very smart.
I love honey.
They love to,
That's looking good.
She learned me
Looking
something.
good. Looking good.
Crazy.
And
but they don't they used to get but they didn't bother them.
all right.
They're real smart.
Now,
The bee handler that is working with Aunt Katie's Community Gardens is Mia from Moriah Farms. I'm going to do my best to make sure I link all of these pages and everything in the comments so that you guys can go and check out their social medias as well. But the following footage was recorded by Ty in my behalf, as I could not go out with the bees as I am allergic to them. But I'm including it because it's so informative, educational, and just so cool. If I wasn't allergic to bees, I would definitely have a hive of my own.
they need to know.
Okay. Yes, sir. So for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Mia Scott. I live here in Dothan. I own a dairy goat farm. My family's been raising bees since 2009. I've partnered with another farm in the area, and so I no longer have the hives at my farm. We take care of them over there. We have around 20 hives currently that we're taking care of. The most we've ever had was 30, and that's a lot of hives to take care of the proper way, ensure the safety and health of the hives and whatnot. But I'm very grateful to be out here and seeing what all y'all are doing. So we're going to be going into the hives. The bees, it's a beautiful day to go into it. If it's overcast, the bees can be very moody. When it's sunny, slight breeze, this is really, really nice. If it was overcast, they would be a little bit more temperamental, which means that they would be more on guard. I'm firing up my smoker. This is what this is right here. This is what we're going to use to calm the hive. Inside the hive, the queen emits a certain fragrance, and that's called a pheromone. And when she emits that pheromone, that fragrance, it calms the bees down because they know, okay, they know what their jobs are. If the queen is not in the hive, then all the females, because all of the bees that are in the hive are female bees. They're the worker bees, the nurse bees, the guard bees. The only males are the drones, and their only job here is to literally mate with the queen. Usually that's the springtime. Drones are not able to sting you. They're bigger than the worker bees and the queen. The queen has like a long abdomen that makes her look different. Also, she doesn't have as much stripes on her. The honeybees are obviously really small. They say there's an average of 20 to 80,000 bees per hive. So obviously if we have any bees in this one, there wouldn't be near as much as the one that's very active. The one that has a lot of bees on the outside, what happens when it starts getting warmer is they need to come outside so that they are flapping their wings inside that hive right now to keep the hive cool, because they don't want their honey to melt. They don't want their, or I shouldn't say melt, it will just get really thin and the wax that is in there could melt if they don't keep it cool. So their job is to keep it cool. And so if there's too many of them, they need to come outside to help. And so we call it bearding. And sometimes you'll see like a whole group of them on there. There's there's a good amount now, but sometimes you'll see 2 or 3 times that much depending on how big your hive is. So we use the smoke to mask the pheromone. So the queen emits a certain pheromone, but also all of the other bees, that's the way that they communicate with each other. They're emitting a pheromone that's communicating, telling the bees, okay, this is what needs to be done and whatnot. When we use the smoke, it masks those pheromones, and they kind of go into like fight or flight. They kind of like calm down, and they think, scientists say they think that their hive is on fire and that they're trying to like get down, get away from the fire. So it causes less amount of bees to get harmed in the process of checking the hives and whatnot. So we don't want to upset the bees. We don't want the guard bees to like start attacking, because obviously once they sting you, they're going to die, and we don't want them to die. We want to be as gentle with them as we can. Some beekeepers will just go into it with just gloves on. Some of them go with nothing on. It depends on the temperament. There's different, like I'll say breeds of bees. I don't really know the technical word for it, but there's like Russian bees, there are Italian bees. I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard of Africanized bees. Those are really dangerous. Also, if anybody has any allergies, I was supposed to say this, if you are carrying an EpiPen or do not need to be like anywhere close to a beehive, please make sure that you know that the bees, like he was saying, can fly up to a mile. So when we start going into the hive, if they start flying around and you have any allergies, please know that they will be active outside of this little area. So for the smoke, I just like to use pine straw and leaves from around, just get it from out. You can use smoker pellets too. They're just more expensive. And I like to start warming my bottom layer and trying to get that up because we want enough smoke to last us while we're going throughout the...
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Now, I don't know if this is a myth, because back when I was learning about using the smoker, someone told me that the reason that the smoke calms the bees is that once they sniff that smell, it's an emergency.
Yes,
and they
sir.
gorge themselves with honey, which gets them so heavy they can't do a whole lot of moving around.
That's exactly what they do.
Okay.
Now, the only time we don't want to use smoke in a hive is when we're actually like taking the honey supers, because too many of the bees will still be left. So when we're trying to take the honey to where we can extract it and whatnot, we actually use something, there's something natural called honeybee gone, and it's basically like almond extract. They don't like the smell of it, so they'll go down. You like try to pick a warm day and you spray like a towel, or they call something called a fume board, but that will cause that smell to permeate throughout the hive. So they'll leave that honey super, because again, we're trying to not squish the bees, upset the bees and stuff like that, but that's exactly what they do. So obviously if we're not wanting them to like get stuck in the honey and whatnot, we use that other stuff, the honeybee gone. There's a lot of other more chemical stuff, but obviously we try to be as natural as we can.
And I also understand banana attracts them also.
Yeah, so the queen, her pheromone, and also another one of the worker bees, to communicate, that pheromone that they output smells very similar to bananas.
So it'll draw the bees to you if you've been eating a banana and it's coming out of your skin, you know, your pores. Thank you, queen. Okay. I know I'm oversimplifying, but that's the bees are, everything in nature is pretty straightforward and simple, you know.
This right here is called a hive tool. It makes it really easy to go into the hives. They make something called propolis, which they get it from like the resin from trees, but that's like their glue, their cement. That's how they keep their hives really strong. So I like to never approach the hives from the front, because obviously like they're guarding those entrances. So we always try to work them from the back. And when I first try to work it, we're gonna go into this one first. I just do a little bit of smoke right here, like that. And then I'll pop the lid a little bit, give them a little bit of smoke down here too. Just let them calm themselves down. This right here is the lid to the hive. There's a few different ways it can look like, but that's the lid. The bottom The bottom of it is called a bottom board, so it keeps the hive from sitting straight onto something. And then this is your brood box, so see how it's bigger than this box right here. This is the honey super. This is where we want them to be laying the honey. This right here, this should be a queen excluder. Do you know if it is?
I don't know.
Okay, so the queen should be laying all of her eggs down here. We don't want her laying eggs in our honey. It can be difficult. So when you first look at the top of the hive, you want to look and see like how many bees are in here. Are they like active? I see a drone right here. Let me see if he'll... Oh, well, he didn't want to cooperate. So I always like to start from the like the end of it, not right in the middle, because there's usually the most amount of bees in the middle. And so I just like popped that, and then you just use this hive tool to kind of just help you work that frame up. And again, we're trying to be as careful as we can. And you just pull the frame out. So then just hold it from the side, and you're looking. Look at all that honey right there. That's honey. And then they don't have all of it capped yet. They have some of it capped, but it's got some weight to it. The bees look good. They're active, but they're calm. You're looking for anything abnormal when you're going into your hives. Can y'all see that? So when I'm working them, I usually try to pull one frame out and set it off to the side, so I have a little bit of room to work with. And then I'm just like scooting these frames over, because again, the middle has the most amount of bees. And what you're wanting to look for when you're going into your hive and you've got your honey super on is, that's what this box is right here. It's called a honey super. You're wanting to know when you think you're going to have to put your next box of honey, like your next honey super on, because if they fill this out, they're going to be looking for another place, and you want them to be able to continue making more honey. So you're looking for, like, when about 75% of these frames are full, you definitely want another super on there. So look how that one is almost full. Yes.
So what are you saying, the honey is ready?
Well, the honey could be extracted right now, but you don't want to extract it too early. Like, if your honey super is mostly not capped, when they cap it, that means that the moisture, the humidity, and the honey is ready for it to be capped. If you have too much moisture in your honey, it can actually cause it to ferment. And some people who make mead, that's honey wine, that's what they're wanting to do, is ferment their honey. But if you're wanting just to eat honey, you don't want fermented, you don't want a lot of moisture, it's a lot of extra work. So you don't want to extract. That's what we call this. When we take the honey from the hive, we say we extract the honey. We want to make sure that most of the frames have been capped.
And honey has a water percentage of about 16, 17% water. When it's honey. A gallon of honey weighs about 13 pounds. A gallon of gasoline is about 8 to 7 pounds. So it's a real heavy job when you get ready to
So you say it's all the way done when all of the combs are capped off and it's ash white?
Yes, and you're never really going to get one whole super that's completely capped, but you want 75 to 80% of it to be capped. And then you want the wax, like you want them to have filled those out. If I was looking at this, I would probably give it about 4 or 5 days, check it again, and then add another super, because this is looking pretty full. So I'm popping this up so that I can pick up this box. And normally I have my hive spaced out a little bit more. Can you hand me that box right there?
So how many of those things really are?
How many bees?
Yeah, how many of those?
Oh, frames? These are called frames. Usually 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so when I run mine, I run 9 frames, so 10 will fit, and there's 10 in this box for sure. I like 10 in my brood box. If you do 9, they're going to fill out their frames a little bit thicker, which is what I like. It was how I was taught. So I'm just going to pick up this box right here. We're just going to set it right there. And then this right here is the brood. So this is what I'm wanting to see about the health. You're looking out, there's certain pests and parasites that can get into your hive, and you want to ensure the health of your hive. So checking to make sure. The most common one is a small hive beetle. So again, I like always to check the second to last frame. So see how that looks different and see how it's bigger. So I look at this and I see, I'm looking at the comb, I'm looking at, I see eggs, I see larvae, I see they're capped. There's 4 different like stages of their bees. So when the queen will lay an egg, it looks like a little tiny piece of rice. And then it'll turn into a larva, which looks like a little worm. Then it'll turn into a pupa, so you can actually see it sometime. It's a little white face. And then they cap it off, and it takes 21 days from her laying the egg till it hatches out.
And their life in birth is just about as long as they're alive. They're alive from 27 to 40 days.
So this hive is very, very gentle. So I don't know if anybody wants to like get up close and personal. But
I want a picture of you.
You can see they've actually got some honey over here. That's what they're feeding the all the larvae and stuff. They're feeding that honey to them. They've got some pollen. They feed that to them. So you see those the white things. That's the pupa, and then the capped is where they're fixing to become adults. You see the big bee? That's the drone, right there. Let me see if I can hold this. That's a drone right there. See how much he's bigger than your...
Okay, I see.
A queen would be about that size, but skinnier.
Okay.
And then if you look, you can see down in there, let's see, the larva is right there, like how it's curled up in there. So this is a very healthy hive. I'm not seeing any hive beetles. They normally are in the corner of your hives. I'm not seeing any what we call a varroa mite. They're usually on your brood. Your drones, they're usually on your drones. I'm not seeing any of that. So this is a very strong hive. Does anybody want to get closer to it? Are y'all good?
Wow, it's full.
Yes. All right, so again, I'm just going to set this off. I've checked to make sure the queen is not on here. I would not want to set her off to the side and take a chance of the queen flying off. We want our queen to stay in our hive. So I'm just going to set that right off to the side, and then going to check a few more frames in here. Again, you just want to be like super gentle with them.
That's loaded too. Look at that.
She lays she can lay up to 1,000 eggs a day.
Wow.
Now, there's a certain one on this one called a queen cell, where it's literally, y'all might can see it right here, a queen is in there, it's capped off. That means that this hive may swarm soon. If you were wanting to start your own colony, that's what these beehives are called, you could take this, put it in a small box that we call a nook. It's about half the size of this. Put a few more frames in it, usually 2 more frames of brood, and then some honey, and you can start another colony that way because you've got a queen. You've got drones, you've got worker bees, you've got more larvae.
So this is going to be interesting. So if that queen emerges now, what's going to happen?
So they will either, normally that queen will take a certain group. When she comes out, they're going to either kill her or they're going to let her take a certain group of bees with her, fly away. It's called swarming, and she'll start her own colony.
Okay. So how do they decide who gets killed and who gets free?
It's just their pheromones. It's going to be like how many bees are in there. Is it getting too hot? They will know, okay, there's a lot, we need you to leave. Or sometimes the new queen stays and the old queen will go. That's not very likely. When a new queen comes out, it's really hard to tell if she's actually a queen unless you're looking really close, and that's because she hasn't mated yet. She's really skinny. Once she mates, her abdomen will swell, and it'll be a lot easier to see that is a queen. But this is a beautiful, beautiful hive. Do y'all see that queen cell? Do y'all see it? It's that big one right there.
Oh,
it kind of
yeah,
looks like a bullet almost.
I see it.
And look at all that pollen. See all that pollen in there? Isn't that so pretty? Right here is the pollen. If you look at it directly in the sunlight, I don't know if y'all can see at certain points, it's like orange, bright orange.
I do. I definitely do.
I'm gonna check one more frame and then I'm gonna close her up. You can see I haven't used much smoke at all because of how calm they are. If they were more upset, I'd be smoking them some more right now. But they're not really minding me being in here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and smoke a little bit because there's more bees on this top than I'd like it to be. See how they kind of just go away? I don't want to squish any. So I'm checking to see if I see the queen because I don't want her really disturbing. There's a lot of capped larvae that's fixing to emerge before too long. So we're clear on this one, and I'll show y'all. Y'all see how much larva there is that's capped? That'll be hatching very soon. And they just chew their way out of those cells.
So the larvae is the yellow stuff?
So the larva is, that's pollen and all that right now. Most of that's capped. If you were to look at this like in the sun, you can see it a lot better because this is dark comb. It's a lot harder to see.
Okay.
But you see that white stuff right there?
Okay.
That's the larva right there.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You see where it's white?
Yeah.
That's the larva.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
And then when it's capped, it's called pupa, and when it emerges, it's an adult.
Okay.
And the bees use something called propolis, like the trees. They draw a substance called propolis.
I think it's really important to put your frames back into your hive just like you got them. And the reason, not everybody treats their bees gently, and I feel like your bees will get an attitude with you if you don't. But if you think about it, you wouldn't want, this is their house. You wouldn't want someone coming in and redoing your house. So they know where everything is in there. I want to make sure I put it right back. See all those bees right there? I don't want to squish them, so I'm going to give them a little bit of smoke. And again, I'm going to give it a little bit more smoke because I'm going to fix to put that box right back on here. And that box definitely has some weight to it.
So explain the levels again, what each one means.
So this is
the bottom up.
Okay, so this right here is the bottom board. That's like their the concrete to our house. It's their foundation.
Okay.
And then that's their entrance right there. This right here is called the super, the brood super. That's where they're laying all the eggs and the larvae and all that stuff. This is a honey super right here. This is where...
Unfortunately, at this point, the camera did run hot and we were not able to get the rest of Mia's presentation, but this was just so informative and enjoyable. I needed to include it for you guys. If you have bee allergies like me, you've probably never seen them so up close, unless you were watching a documentary of some sort. Thank you for watching up to this point. I've realized this video has gotten to be quite long. We're going to go ahead and end it here, and I will make another video with my individual presentation for this particular event, which I think you're going to really enjoy. If you're interested in knowing some steps that you can take as an individual to go from a gardener to a homesteader, then you're going to want to catch our very next video, which will be my presentation of that to our local community. Thanks for watching, and remember, grow big from home. Catch you in the next video.